Well, hi everybody. It's been a couple of weeks since my last video, and I have some good news and some bad news. Uh, First, the good news is early this morning, I logged into the Adobe Fuse forums, answered one question, and then I checked back about 30 minutes later, and the forum was gone. It's been deleted. So the good news, I know you're asking yourself, how is that good news? Well, the good news is that I never again have to go to the Adobe support forum for any reason. Not gonna miss that. It was honestly a pretty abusive little community. And the bad news, I'm not here to gloat. The bad news is that that forum was about half questions for the Mixamo Auto Rigger, and Adobe deleted all of that information too, out of spite, I guess. Mixamo is still online. I mean, the Auto Rigger. The Auto Rigger is still there. Good luck getting any, support or help using it, because Adobe hates us. Like, why? Why would you? That was spite, Adobe. Whatever. Whatever. I so don't care. This has been just the most screwed up year. There are a couple of other things that I wanted to tell you about. For instance, there's a new product on the Blender marketplace called Face It. Face It! Face It! I haven't tried it yet. I haven't actually bought it yet, but I think I will. For $60, it is purporting to be sort of a facial auto rigger for the iPhone blend shapes. Now, I can't recommend it, but it does seem like an awfully good idea. And seeing as how the main competition is Polywink at 300 euros per figure. And if you use Polywink, they will send you a little, like a license that they just tag on after you pay, telling you that you can't reuse the blend shapes on your other identical figures, that you're only allowed to use those blend shapes on one figure for 300 euros. Meanwhile, here comes Face It on the Blender marketplace, and you know, I'm not in love with Blender, but $60. I'm not in love with Polywink either. And also, you know, the author of Face It, he gets it. He understands that, you know, there might at some point be another set of facial blend shapes, and he's already designed the plugin so that you will be able to dial up these other presets should they come along. I'm going to buy that maybe in this upcoming week, and I'm going to try it out, and we'll see how that goes. The other thing that I like about this is that I don't need a rigged humanoid figure. I could make, you know, any face have the iPhone blend shape. So this could be like, you know, talking cliff face, talking book, anything with a vaguely humanoid face on it, or not so humanoid. It's not the end of the world just because Adobe threw itself in the trash. There's other options. So I do have one other piece of news, and this one I did buy. So, oh my God, there's one other thing that I have to tell you. Speaking of views, my child figure that I have for sale on itch.io, and I don't know what I'm going to do with those, with the fuse figures. I think I'll leave them up for a little while, and I mean, it'll be obvious if no one is purchasing them anymore, that they're not serving their purpose. But someone on the Unity Asset Store uploaded a whole set of rigged fuse figures about 3 weeks ago, including my child figure. So they stole my child figure, they rigged it, and they put it on the asset store. And so I put in a complaint to Unity. And that was my first time dealing with them. So I don't really have anything to complain it to. The first report, they got back to me and said they didn't understand what I was talking about. I was like, your own asset store standards specifically say no fuse figures. And here's like a complete set of fuse figures on the Unity Asset Store with my child sculpt. So I got back to Unity Asset Store and I said, like this figure, I circled all of them. I was like, this figure, this figure, this figure, this figure, this figure, this figure are all stock fuse figures. And this child figure is mine. And here's the links to my itch.io store. And, after about another week, they got back to me and with a survey, like, how did you like our response to your complaint? And it was like, at that point, they hadn't told me anything. They were just like saying they couldn't understand what was a copyright violation on the store. Thanks, Unity Asset Store. Well, I went and checked, and it had been pulled down. So I can't really say if that was fast or slow, but it, took a little extra time because they pretended that they didn't know what fuse assets were. But, by the way, if you're looking at my figure, and I look a little different this time, I'm trying out some different shaders. These are VR shaders. They also work in WebGL 1.0. They're basically GLES 2.0 shaders. So these are kind of lightweight mobile shaders. I don't know, I'm just trying them out. I really like the anisotropic on my tank top, but still working out some settings. I haven't decided how I want to, whether I want to target lower end systems on mobile and tablet or higher end systems on desktop. I'm thinking, we'll see. All right, one other item of news that I think is worthy, at least for me, is Rococo, makers of the Smart Suit and Smart Studio, and some kind of animation library, which I have not seen. I do have a Smart Suit. I have used it. And it's very easy to use. I had intended to make a lot of videos starting in, way back in April and May, but there was a pandemic, so everything got delayed. And Rococo was supposed to come out with their smart gloves, which was the hand add-on to their Smart Suit. Back in July, things were delayed, but I got an email earlier this week saying the gloves are ready for pre-order. So I am leaking I am leaking one of their promo videos, which was set to unlisted. don't kill me, Rococo. I've already bought my smart suit, so. And now I've bought my smart gloves. They're touting it as under $1,000. I think they're $5 under $1,000. And once you pay shipping, they're not under $1,000. Not even close. But there was like a little early bird discount, very small, like 10% early bird discount, which why not? Let me jump on that. I have no employment and the world is ending, and I live in a fascist dictatorship. What could go wrong? Yeah. Adobe. I can't even figure out what screen my arrow's on. Adobe. Bye. Goodbye. I'm just done with self-sabotage. I'm done. You burned the last shred of goodwill that I had. Well, hopefully I'll get my smart gloves sometime in probably December is what I'm expecting. And like I said, I did try out the smart suit. Nothing I wanted to show you, because to be honest, it was kind of dead without the hands. Like you even see, even with this avatar, I've got my hands, like, you know, I can either put my hands on my hips. How do I put my hands on my hips? Whoops. What? Here we are. Either my hands are on my hips, like this, dink. Or sort of in a keyboard position, dink. And it was kind of dead. Like, honestly, like looking at a figure moving around without moving hands is a little uncomfortable. This pandemic isn't over, and neither is all of the bullshit that we've been going through. 2020 is not over. We still have a quarter of the way to go through. Well, to Adobe's credit, they did tell us a year in advance that they were going to pull views from the downloads. I think pulling the entire community support, which they have not contributed to. There was one guy named Tyler who was apparently a Mixamo employee who had posted occasionally over the past 2 or 3 months, but you know, any goodwill they were building up with that is thrown in the trash now, so don't cry to me. I tried to prepare us all in advance, and yeah, moving on. Moving on to Face It. Face It. Well, I'll try it. I'll try it. And I'll report to you and tell you how it goes. I'm also going to try the smart gloves. Well, it's a slightly higher dollar commitment, so I'm going to test out this recording and see how it goes. At this point, I used to sign off with stay safe, but stay alive.